Well, hello there, RJB here for RJB TV, and today, Minchul has some problems with his iPhone. Again, not sure what happened, but it looks like he dropped it, and it came to life. It became a sentient artificial intelligence, and now it's out to kill its previous owner. Well, its current owner. But no longer his owner, because the iPhone is free. It now has intelligence. The Iphone7v here on the orange Terran on the middle left of the map, the 9 o'clock spawn location, and we have Minchul here on the yellow Zerk on the other side of the map on the 1 o'clock spawn location. Not too far away, not too close. Let's see what's gonna happen. Can Minchul regain ownership of his iPhone, or will his iPhone break free, fly out into the open sky, and never be seen again? Honestly, I have no idea who this iPhone is, so I'm just creating some stupid story to maybe make this a little bit more interesting than it might actually be. Iphone7v against Minchul. Minchul has a pretty interesting Zerk. He is pretty explosive, but also one of the most arrogant players I've ever seen in my life. He will try to do things that are simply so arrogant and outrageous that he kind of dooms himself for failure. Sometimes it works though, sometimes it works really exceptionally well, and he has the opportunity to BM his opponents with the fact that he beat them while trolling. This time though, it looks like he's going for a serious opening. He doesn't want to be embarrassed or get a loss by his own hands. He wants to win this one. He really wants to win this one. Let's see what both our players are up to. We have a +1 command center there from Iphone7v. Actually, it's an Iphone7v, not a 7v, so I'm a little bit triggered by the fact that he swapped the 7 and the V around. Not that it matters, but it's still not factually correct. It is incorrect. Will this impact the flow in the state of the game? I don't know. Very early gas are coming in from Minchul at 7 supply. Now, 2 or 3 drones going to the gas. That's 3 drones on the gas. He's going to go for very fast lair tech while on a very small economy. 1 sunken there in the front to protect his choke to keep those Marines out, but no Marines are on the way yet because the Marines got delayed by I think about 30 or so seconds. By a lot of time, that is the bottom line. They're not going to have their time to shine anytime soon because they're still standing here in line, waiting in the front of the base in the choke, waiting to move out and scout the map. He's using his SV to scout the map. He's balling up the Marines in the front very slowly. I personally prefer to ball them up here in the back until I've got about 6 or 7 or 8, because if the opponent goes for a cheese with Zerg, a lot of Zerkins come in, and your Marines are out here in the front wide in the open, they are pretty vulnerable and they can get killed pretty easily. So I prefer to ball them up right there behind the barracks where it's harder for those Zerglings to come in and swoop them off their feet. And by that, I mean kill them. So gas number 2 there, also on the way. The music is a little bit loud in my ears. Maybe not for you, but in my ears it is pretty loud. So I'm going to tune that down a tiny little bit, see if it's a little bit better on my end. I mean, I'm wearing a headset, and the headset is really blasting my ears to pieces, and that's not what I want. I want my ears to remain healthy while I cast these kind of things. Triple sunken in the front, not a lot of them, but Minchul kind of knows that there's not a lot of Marines on the map, so he's playing it a little bit safe. But now there's 2 tanks on the way, well, 2 factories on the way, and a machine shop as well. So he's going to have to prepare himself for that one very soon. But first we have a Spire on the way for Mulisks. Going to go for the Mulisk harassment. 3rd gaster also on the way. No 3rd hatchery. No 4th hatchery. He might make one very soon though. Gonna add another sunken there to the front for a total of 4 because he isn't quite sure what is up on the menu. He hasn't gotten into iPhone's base, so he doesn't know there's a double factory. He doesn't know it's only 2 barracks. He doesn't really know that there's a command center there in the back as well. There's no early armory coming out from iPhone though, so the Mulists are gonna have a field day because there's not much they can shoot up in the air. Except those Marines, of course, but I do believe that he's got a pretty good shot there with the Zerglings and the Mulisks once they do spawn. The combination is pretty strong. The tanks are out on the map. Tanks are the game changer against Zerglings, but not against the Mulisks. But what matters is that the Marines all stay alive against those Mulisks. So they're gonna have to kill the Zerglings really quickly, and the tanks most certainly do assist and help with killing those Zerglings before the Zerglings really do too much damage against those Marines. He's adding on more medics as well, just to keep them alive, just in case he's ever in danger. He's looking for a kill there on a single Marine there, but before he deals any damage, he loses a Zergling instead. A little bit greedy, but he immediately recognized that he couldn't go in on that Marine. And that's what matters. He realized the error in his ways and adapted pretty quick. So 11 Mulisks there on the way. We've got 9 already here spawned. And you got 2 more on the way. That's the exact amount you need for a Mulisk Micro. Looks like iPhone's going to try to go in for the attack there, but he's going to lose his tank there on the side. The Marines are fighting back there, though, really well. Tank does go down there in the end, in the front. Doesn't get the chance to shoot or siege up. Marines are jumping back and forth, trying to scare those Mulisks away. Zerglings are still in the middle of the map, looking to go for a flank attack on these Marines and the medics there, while he's microing on top of the hill, trying to slowly whittle down and slowly peel away at the HP and reduce the amount of units here in the choke to hopefully go for a counterattack with the Zerglings. But the Zerglings there don't really get the chance to get on top of the Marines because they're in between the barracks and healed up by a medic who keeps all of that alive. The Mulisks are still dancing there back and forth on the side. It's going to kill those Marines very slowly. Now the Zerglings coming in from the backside as well. The Zerglings do go down pretty damn quick, and the Mulisks also not having a field day there. They're all going down really quick now. He went down from 11 to 5. And that's what I meant with sometimes Minchul overestimates his ability and takes some pretty heavy amounts of damage. You got 8 Mulisks now. The tanks have gone down, so no push commencing there in the front. He's safe for now. The triple starport are on the way from iPhone to finish. You got a science facility as well. I don't see an armory, so no Goliaths or Valkyries. Going for Radiate Vessel first. We don't have a hive yet from Minchul. Minchul already had a plan, but the plan isn't working out against the +1 command center there from iPhone. He's just too rich, too big. He's just too rich, too big. He's trying to catch up there by going for a Queen's Nest to go for a hive tech, but honestly, he's pretty broke in comparison to iPhone. iPhone there stims through the front door. He's gonna take that down easily. That's so many Marines, so many medics. The Sunkens there are basically just tickling, not really killing much at all. Mulisk coming down for the backside there, though, trying to save the day with the micro there, but not really having much success because the Marines are still dealing way too much damage. He's got about 9, 11... 12 Mulisks in total remaining. 8 of them. This is going south for Minchul here. iPhone having a great push there into Minchul's base. Barely even had to do anything. Just a very consistent production off of the +1 command center is allowing him to go through there, but the Marines are all going down. They all went down, actually. There's only one Sunken there left alive, and it's pretty far away from the choke. You can just simply walk in, but the Mulists are still trying to dance back and forth, trying to pick up some kills on the Marines there. But the medics are healing up the Marines pretty easily, pretty quickly. Tanks are rolling in as well. They'll try to... Well, he's just going to walk forward with attack move. He's just going to attack move forward and qual up into that corner here and push into the base where Minchul doesn't have much left. There's 40 supply against 105. This game is a fiasco. Minchul tried to do some smart things, at least it appeared smart on paper, but in reality, this is a disaster. Gets radiated on everything, and he goes down, and that's the first win today goes to his iPhone. So things aren't looking good for Minchul against his iPhone, because the iPhone gets the very first win of the set. That's one win there for the iPhone, and we're gonna load up game number 2, which I first have to find. And how is game number 2 going to play out? Iphone7v against Minchul on the name Barcode 0. Barcode 0. He's on the Protoss. Purple, magenta Protoss against iPhone on the pale green Karen. On the 6 o'clock spawn location, Minchul on 3 o'clock here. Let's hope this game goes a little bit better for Minchul, although I have high expectations because his Protoss is honestly one of the very, very, very best of all the Protosses on fastest map. He is in a league of his own, right behind Brain maybe and Shin. Maybe he's a little bit better than Shin, not too sure, but I do know Brain is better than Minchul. But here he goes for the attack there. His V's are coming in there to try to break down that choke here that he's trying to build up with the cannons. He's killing some SCVs there. Marines are untouched. Cancels the cannon. Cancelled both cannons. Rebuilt the cannon. Now he's fighting there for his life against those Marines and the SCV there. The Marine is taking some... He's focusing on the SCVs there. Actually, this hurts pretty badly for Iphone because he lost, I think, about 4 or 3 SCVs in the process there of trying to kill that choke there from Minchul. But Minchul's going to have the cannon up and running very, very soon. He's losing his own probes now as well, though, which is a very bad sign there. He has to buy time. He has to keep that cannon alive in the front. Built another cannon. Gonna try to kill the SV first. Kills the SV there. Cannon is up just in time. Cannon comes up just in time. Zealot there moving out. Gonna finish off these last couple of Marines or simply walk into the base while more SCVs are on the way. Iphone is not giving up. Iphone really wants to kill this choke there. He wants to break it down before cannon number 2 comes up. SCVs are going in. They're going to attack the cannon. Marines are coming in as well, coming in hot. The cannon goes down, and the cannon number 2 also getting attacked there. It will get at least 1 or 2 with 3 shots off. SCVs take it down. Now, Probe and Zealots coming to the front to try and fight this off, but the SCVs there are supporting the Marines there, and this is not going to be possible with the Zealots to defend. So it's 20 probes against 17 SCVs. 2 Zealots are in the scene. 2 Zealots are on the scene. 2 Zealots are fighting. A couple probes are there as well. Probes are fighting as hard as they can. But there's simply too many SCVs and Marines there from Iphone. I really like this guy. I don't know who he is, but Iphone is really good. Iphone recognized what he had to do, and he's doing it very, very well. More probes pulled up the minerals, trying to stop this from happening. Marines are fighting valiantly. Zealot is on the chase as well, but he's microing backwards, keeping those Marines alive. Although the probe micro is actually pretty good there as well. So yeah, he's going to lose those Marines on the top side. The bunker is interrupted. Marines are joining and trying to keep the bunker alive. He's focusing. He kills the SCVs. The bunker... Marines don't get in the bunker. Cannon in the back there finishes as well. Cancels the bunker. Forced to cancel it. Zealot micro there is pretty on point there, but Marines are still streaming in. And the Marines get the upper hand. They win the fight. They stop the choke. Didn't get the bunker. Lost some SCVs there though. But he stops the choke from happening, which completely disrupts Minchul's game plan. Minchul now has to adjust and adapt into something completely different that he never wanted to do. Now Minchul very wisely sends his Zealots into the middle of the map to intercept reinforcements, so the reinforcements are never going to arrive in the base there. Although he's walking right past them, he's going for a counterattack instead. I really thought he would go and intercept those Marines. But now he's going for a counter-attack. It means those Marines that are going to reinforce and join their brothers here on those gateways are forced to pull back and retreat back to the base. The micro is on point there with the Marines. The Marines are all staying alive, though now they do go down. They do go down in the end. He's got Stim Replicator on the way with his Academy. 22 SCVs against 28 probes. Gateways going down. He's building gateways. Oh no, that's some robotics. Robotics Citadel. He's getting a gateways on the top side there, getting a cannon there as well. These 2 gateways are not protected, so they're going to go down as well. And this gateway on the bottom side also not protected. So if Iphone moves down to the bottom side here, he can kill these 3 gateways on the bottom side and maybe even kill the Citadel of Badoon. He's going to need some medics though. Medics are on the way. More gateways being thrown on the top side there as well. Minchul is trying his hardest to buy himself as much time as he can to get at least some units that can fight back out onto the map. He's gonna get a Reaver, I believe. Maybe he's gonna go for a Templar's Archive on the top side there to get some Dark Templars to fight back against those Marines. But there's a scan there from Iphone. He got a second command center. This guy is on fire. He's really good. He's really good. He's got range on the way as well for those Marines, which allows him to kill those gateways really easily and maybe even kill these structures here on the bottom side. And then maybe, if he stims down the cannon, he can break through and get the Nexus as well. Goes for the cannon. Cannon goes down. Minchul is in mortal danger. Minchul is absolutely getting obliterated. He's getting destroyed. He's got nowhere left to go. He's 37 probes still alive. Most of them ran to the top side there. Now the probes are coming in to try and kill and surround those Marines there. And then Luce, they get a perfect split surround on those Marines. The probe drill is really good. And the attack gets stopped. The attack gets prevented. He saved his life there. Really clutch, but more Marines are on the way. But now we've got a Reaver with a shuttle. And Reaver with a shuttle. We all know what's going to happen here. He's going to micro that Reaver shuttle and kill all of these Marines really easily. At least, let's hope I didn't jinx it. He almost flies into the Marines. Marines stimming in. Marines stimming, preparing to go in. He's going to try to get on top of the shuttle Reaver, but Reaver gets a huge shot off on the Marines. He kills the Robo though. He achieved what he wanted to. All the Marines do go down, but the robotics is killed. The robotics is down. So no more Reavers coming out onto the map. He has to make do with one Reaver, one shuttle, and wait for another Robo to finish. Got a lot of gateways though, so units are streaming out onto the map, and actually now we're at a point where Iphone, despite all the aggression and despite all the damage he did and dealt, is now actually in a really, really terrible position. Don't lose the Dragoons there though, don't lose the Dragoons. He kills the turret, that's what he wanted to do, what he had to do. Siege mode is on the way there in the backside. Reaver goes down! Oh no, Minchul, you made a big mistake there by losing the Reaver. The Reaver was your key to success. Gonna try to kill the tank there. He's gonna not kill the tank. One more shot than he had it, but he pulled back a little bit too early because he doesn't want to lose those Dragoons, but he's got more Dragoons that are coming on the way, but tanks getting repaired in the meantime. Bunker also coming up in the front. He's gonna try to take it down, but there's more Marines, more tanks this time around, so he's forced to retreat. So yeah, I thought Minchul was gonna turn the game around and win right there, but losing the Reaver, it really ruined all his plans, because those Reaver, that one Reaver was enough for him to maybe win the game. But now the game is still up in the air. The game is still in either player's hands. Either player can still win. Iphone though has been playing exceptionally well so far. He's been playing, it's an understatement. This guy has been beasting. He's a monster. Shuttle goes down, not sure what was in there, but it doesn't get to unload. He's looking for something to kill. He's scouting the base. He finds a lot of information there. 5 barracks, 4 factories, 1 starport with a dropship there on the way. This game is looking bad for Minchul, but can he make a comeback? I don't think he can, but let's not count him out just yet. 4 tanks, a lot of Marines. Iphone doesn't want to give Minchul any more time to recover and rebuild and get bigger. He's already moving out for the attack, but guess what we got here? We got a Templars Archive with Storm on the way. I don't see Dark Templars or High Templars yet, but he's going to queue them up very soon. He's getting every single drop technology that he can, but at the same time also getting more gateways and starports, or all stargates, to help him fight. And well, the stargates are most for Corsairs to help him get those drops into his opponent's base, but Iphone here is ready to fight, ready to brawl. He does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gateways. Not the desired amount that he's going to need to fight back against this, but it is a healthy amount. And those Dragoons are coming in from the bottom side, going to get a flank up on those tanks. Tanks are in danger. Cells are coming in from the front side as well, getting on top of everything, and he's going to take this down. Is he? Oh, he's actually forced to pull back just a little bit, because I believe those Marines have level 1 attack? No, they don't. It's just stim and range and medics. Tries to go on the cannon, but he realized that he's going in a little bit too far. He has to pull back there to his tank. Troops at the bottom side are still growing in size and in number. He's got a Reaver on the way as well. Shield is finished here in the backside. Armor and weapon are both on the way there for Minchul. He goes in for the attack once again. This time around, he's going to get a great surround there. One Reaver inside the shuttle gets a shot up onto Marine, and yes, he is once again on the pushback. He's once again winning the fight. This game is one of the most intense back and forths that I've seen in such a short game so far. The game has been really short, but yeah, the game still looks pretty good there for iPhone. He's got a lot of tanks there in the front and a lot of Marines. But a single Scarab can change the fate of the game. A single Scarab can change... No, no. Oh, no. Ooh. The Scarab explodes on the bunker, not on the ball of units behind it. He could have literally killed every single Marine and almost killed all those tanks with a single Scarab, but the Scarab was on the bunker. So yeah, the Reavers in this section of the map, in this little choke point, haven't had much success. Close to winning the games every single time, but not quite succeeding with hitting what he has to hit. An iPhone here, he's not gonna sit around because he landed a tank drop on Minchul, who went down from 55 or 56 or 60 probes down to 37. I missed it, but it happened. It happened a little while ago. He's going for a drop here though, and there's nothing in between his drop and the SCVs. Templar crawls closer. Templar is gonna try to storm. Templar storms. Templar kills everything. 31 kills, so yeah, he has a pretty damn good return hit on the workers there, despite losing his own probes to a tank drop just half a minute ago. But he has a massive army. He's got a lot of tanks, a lot of Marines. No upgrades on the Marines though. But the tanks are pretty strong. Goes in. Reaver shots though. Oh, those Reaver shots are brutal. And the Reaver is not taking any damage. Reaver keeps shooting on those tanks. A lot of tanks are going down. Marines have also almost all of them has gone down. The Reaver shot on Micro here is absolutely ridiculous. No damage taken on the Reaver. Well, he took some damage. Actually took a lot of damage, but is still alive. iPhone though is not giving up. iPhone though has only just now realized that he's no money. He's got no money. He only just now realized that he had nothing mining minerals. So he's broke. He's absolutely broke. He goes in there for a tank shot on the pros, but no, he's being too greedy. He's being a little bit too greedy. He wanted to get one shot up on the probes, kill the probes, and maybe turn the game around again. But that was a little bit too greedy. That was a little bit too greedy. Calls GG, and game number 2 goes towards Minchul in a Protoss against Terran that was honestly way too damn close. One of the most exciting back and forth Protoss against Terran matches I've seen that is also so stupidly short. But boy, was that a close one. Boy, was that a close one. But we're not finished yet. We have a game number 3 here. Ready? Loading up. Ready and loading up. And based on the game so far, this final game is going to be an absolute blast. The second game there, that second game was just so damn good. I'm still in awe, in shock, in amazement. iPhone is the real fucking deal. That guy is the real fucking deal. That guy knows what he's doing. He does it well. Too bad that he lost to a Templar Storm and he lost to a Reaver Shuttle Micro. I mean, you lose, you lose. You win, you win. That's how the cookie crumbles. But he played... He pushed Minchul so close to losing. I've almost never seen anyone push Minchul so close to losing in that specific manner. Explosive game. Beautiful game. Really wish I knew who this guy is. Because that was beautiful. That was, simply put, beautiful. Okay. To focus on the match. Iphone7 here on the Terran. And Minchul here on the Green Zerg. They're talking about things. Not sure what these things are. But they are talking about things. Minchul goes for a pool before he goes for a hatchery. A little bit peculiar. Not sure if I agree, but I believe he's going to try to punish the +1 command center build order from iPhone by having his Zerglings out before any Marines can possibly physically be out on the map. Because I believe that he knows that iPhone really likes these risky +1 command center build orders. And I'm wrong. And I'm wrong. So after going for a pool before he goes for a hatchery, he doesn't go for Zerglings. He goes for another hatchery. Nothing in the choke there though. There's no sunken there in the front door. He's got 2 Zerglings out to scout, but not to fight with. So I was wrong. I really thought he had different plans, but he's just going for a standard build order that actually is not that standard. He's getting a 4th hatchery. That's kind of interesting. 4th hatchery. I guess because the timing of the hatchery is delayed in the choke, he has to use his money differently. That's why he got a 4th hatchery there in the back. No sunken there in the front yet. He's really risking this pretty heavily. And that's also because he knows that iPhone went for +1 command center. That he knows that he can go for a risky opening. There's no units coming out because he has vision. He already scouted this base. He's going back in, walking back and forth, waiting and confirming with this Zergling whether Marines are moving out and going for the attack. Because that is when he gets a creep colony, and that is when he gets sunkens in his choke. Up until that moment though, he's gonna keep on playing with fire, basically. He's taking liberties that he's allowing himself to take with this information gathering with the Zergling. Alright, now he sees Marines are moving out, Marines are ready to go for the attack, and they're going back. They're ready to go for the attack on the Zergling, not on the choke here. So still, yeah, there's a creep colony now in the front. He knows that there's now a fighting force on the map for iPhone, so yes, he needs a sunken. But he's also getting Zerglings of his own. Zerglings that are ready to fight back and maybe push for a small advantage here on the map. But there's a bunker there in the back, protecting this entire compact zone of structures for iPhone. Zerglings coming in. Zerglings trying to snipe the SV on the factory, but iPhone is protecting it really well. Now iPhone, instead of going for 2 barracks into 2 factories, is going for 3 barracks, 1 factory, and a 4th barrack. And Stim on the back as well. Very different build order. It shows that this guy has a lot of diversity and a great understanding of what he is doing. I mean, we already saw in game number 2 that he has an amazing understanding of terrain. He's getting a starboard after the factory. He's getting barrack number 5 as well. Not sure what his build order is going to go, but I am feeling like he's going to go for probably a fast dropship. Minchul is going for fast lurkers this time. No Mulisks. Got 5 sunkens there in the choke. Zerglings are trying to buy some time, looking to go and already attack or for the flank on the Marines, as the Marines are going to stim into the sunkens. But he's going to heal up first. First, let's heal up. Zerglings still looking, still dancing. 1 drone there gets murdered. It can't get into the base because he blocked and sealed off the entrance here. So these drones here in the front, while Zerglings can't, well, the Zerglings can. Zerglings can pass through this small, narrow little space. And actually so can drones, but there was an egg blocking it. That's why that 1 drone went into the middle and got killed. Information gathered there. Science facility on the way. Starport number... Factory number 2 also on the way. No dropship being made. We have no lurkers yet. He's going for a Queen's Nest. We got a Spire in the back as well, and Hatcher number 5 also there on the way. Tank Siege is up there in the front to start sieging down this choke point. Lurkers are spawning. Alright, the lurkers were on the way. They can't leave though, but he's burrowing them up right around the corner where iPhone can't see them. Ooh. That 1 Marine though, that 1 Marine gives away the fact that there's lurkers here around the corner. Maybe he noticed, maybe he didn't notice. It all depends on whether iPhone was looking here or whether he's looking at his base. And the probability that he was looking at his base is pretty high. Pretty high. Oh, but now he confirms it though. He confirms it there with that one Marine. He needs a vessel, but there's no vessel out on the map yet. Not on the way either. No detection. He does have his scan there, so we can maybe stim down those lurkers. But it looks like Minchul is going for a very spread out surround on units entering his base. Zerglings on one side, Zerglings on the right side as well, and some lurkers, Hydras in the middle here. So whenever iPhone decides to push through... Ooh, iPhone scanned. Scanned the backside there, sees there's some Hydras. Sees that the hive is on the way. The hive is delayed. He's going to play this very calm and collected, very slowly. Dropship there on the way there though, with firebats, medics, and marines in there. He's going to use the dropship after all. I really like what iPhone is doing. Some really smart stuff there. Ooh, Scorches there on the way. Scorches don't intercept it. Scorches are going to kill the dropship before anything unloads whatsoever. He's trying to sneak into the base, but this is his downfall because he went a little bit too early. Oh, Lurkers are cutting off the escape path. The Zerglings are getting us around there on the Marines. Marines are stimming down the Zergs, but he then sends his Zerglings into the tanks. Lurkers are reloading. Lurkers are killing the Marines there on the left side. Everything has been killed except those units that are still remaining on the middle. But Minchul feels he's lucky. He's pushing forward even further because there's no scan left. There's no observer left in the vessel. So yeah, he can go. He can go. He can keep going. Honestly, he can keep going. So Consume, they're on the way. He's going to switch over into the fighters with Dark Swarm and Lurkers once he can afford it. 27 drones in total. A lot of Lurkers are in the choke point. He's got Scorches hunting for the vessel, but Marines are there ready to intercept, so he flies away, skirts around. Vessel control is pretty on point there. But he's going to kill it nonetheless. No, he saves it just in time. He's gonna go forward. He knows he can do it. Vessel stays alive. Lurkers are burrowing around all of the Marines and tanks, and he gets a great surround there, and a great surround there kills everything that he had. Beautiful execution. Vessel can take it down as well in the end while he's trying to go for a radiate on the drones in the back. Minchul is playing this one superbly. iPhone is also playing really well, but oh no, all the Marines, just as I was complimenting him. He walks into the Lurkers on hold position, which means that they're not firing yet. He's going to wait for a great opportunity. Oh, wow. Okay. Vessel comes in. He's forced to unburrow, forced to run away, but the Hydralisk blocks those Lurkers for a little bit too long. But there's the fighter with the Dark Swarm. Going to try to swarm here in the front. Decks the Lurker Swarm up just in time. Absolutely superb. Amazing. Immaculate. Perfect timing. Everything is perfectly just on time. This game is so close in terms of timings, movements, brainy plays, mechanics, everything. These players are evenly matched. This is one of the most evenly matched games in terms of what they're doing. Although the vessel goes down there in the front, so Lurkers are protected once again, but more vessels are on the way there in the base. He's lifting up his barracks. He knows that Marines are no longer irrelevant. He's getting a lot of starports, getting factories as well. He's producing from 2 starports at the moment. Gets the Dark Swarm. They're up next to the tanks, next to the Marines. The fighter stays its own life there with a very clutch Dark Swarm as it was getting attacked by Marines. The Lurkers there are getting irradiated. Some of them do go down, but they are attacking and assaulting the tanks there. Radiate there happens in the back. The fighter is going to go down, but another fighter there in the back with Consume. Ready to throw down another Dark Swarm. Is going to keep pushing forward because those tanks are pretty exposed there. Goes forward, gets Dark Swarm. The tanks are not going to kill the Lurkers in time, so yes, these tanks are once again in danger. 2 more Lurkers crawling forward, going to burrow up and kill these tanks. Another radiate there onto the fighter, so that's one going to go down. Gonna have to get another one. While all that is happening, while all the action is happening there in the front, he built 2 spores to protect his drones. So that's a very wise location and spot for the spores. Doesn't interrupt or interfere with mining gas either. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hatcheries. 2 still on the way. He's getting plague. He's getting upgrades for his ground as well. Ultralis Cavern also there on the way. He's taking control of the middle. He's taking control of the middle. Some Scorches find some vessels. Gonna kill, I think, 3 of those vessels. Some great targeting. Zerglings on the middle reduce the amount of units iPhone has on the middle. Minchul on 39 drones, but he's gonna grow bigger very soon. He wants to set up a very strong, solid composition first. Or maybe he's gonna go throw some punches, because it doesn't look like he's planning on sitting around and waiting. Looks like he wants to push even further. Looks like he wants to push even further across the map towards iPhone's base. The tanks around the middle are pretty well spread out. But he gets in there, he burrows up, the vessels are too far away for detection. They do arrive on the scene just in time. He needs a Dark Swarm very quick. He needs a Dark Swarm very quick. The fighter goes down on the top side. I think this is a Defiler as well. That's a Zergling. Not a Defiler. The lurkers are detected, not protected by the Dark Swarm. Scorch is coming in to take down and take care of the vessels. Vessel running away just in time. It gets a raid on the Defiler before it really can do anything. Really, really good radiate there from iPhone again. Got about 7, 11 factories. He's adding on more starports as well. Slowly pushing forward over the middle of the map. Minchul now in 43 drones. Supply counts are about even, about 30 difference. Not too big a difference. Once again, irradiates the Defiler. Lurkers are set up there with the Dark Swarm. Gonna keep on pushing forward, tiny bit by tiny bit, and force iPhone to defend. iPhone, though, is continuously pulling off some great moves there with the vessels. Radiating those Defilers before they can really amount to much of an annoyance. Vessels going across the map there, though, but going to get intercepted once again by those Scorches. He's been making a lot of Scorches, but they have been paying for themselves. All vessels have gone down. Minchul, once again, starts to push forward. A lot of tanks are there, but the great plague there, great plague. The fighter gets sniped by target fire. The fighters are there right in front. Tanks, hitting the frontal tanks. Got Zerglings coming across the map as well. More lurkers also being morphed in the backside there. He's got Carapace level 2. Almost level 3. He's got Ultralisk upgrades on the way. Ultralisk Carapace for Carapace 5 on the Ultras. So that's going to be a very strong switch into Ultralisks once he can afford it. But he can't afford it yet because he's low on gas. Goes in with the attack. Zergling's there to tank the shots, but because Mines there in the front. Mines don't really get much done. Another great play there on the tank line. The fighter did go down, but the lurkers are once again protected by the Dark Swarm and keeping iPhone boxed inside of his base. Minchul's supply count has caught up with iPhone. That's very important to note. Because the Zerg that has supply and hunting the Valkyries. Not all the Valkyries go down. They're pretty strong, pretty healthy, and they killed, I believe, most of the Scorches. Some Ultralisks are there, ready to go there. This is just great, Zerg. Goes for the push, gets a Dark Swarm down there, and they get those Lurkers under the Dark Swarm as well. Ultralisks are pushing and crawling forward, but the tank fire on their Ultras really takes him down pretty quick. But at least he got some ground. He gained a tiny little bit of ground. More units on the way there back from the base. He's just non-stop sending while progressing back home. He hasn't grown that big, but he's using all the money he's got to go for attacks as fast as he can. Another great Dark Swarm there in the front. Now the base itself is in danger. The Ultralisk is just there to tank. and allow the lurkers to crawl forward with the Dark Swarm. That is the purpose of the Ultralisk. It is strong, it's beefy, it takes a lot of tank shots to kill one. And that gives the lurkers the opportunity to crawl forward under the Dark Swarm and get closer and closer and start hurting iPhone where it matters, in his base. Now the Defilers are having some trouble getting the Dark Swarms down in the front there because they've been getting radiated time and time again every single time they crawl forward and get close to the base. It honestly looks like iPhone is going to hold his own for now and defend this one because there's simply too many tanks. And the extra vision with the Valkyries there in the front allows him to send his vessels forward every single time to radiate those Defilers and stop Minchul from really crawling much further forward. A long stream of units coming across the map. He unloaded a lot of units here on the bottom side. And he's unloading even more units there right next to the SCVs there, but there's a lot of vultures and tanks there as well. So the Zergling's not really gonna amount to much, but at least he killed a lot of structures and depots here on the bottom side. Killed the armories as well, and killing the armories actually slows down all the upgrades there for... Yeah, slowed down all the upgrades for iPhone. He's already on pretty good upgrades though in 1-1. But I think his 2-2 was close to finishing, so now it's going to take even longer for 2-2 to finish. Whereas Minchul has maxed out upgrades on Carapace, got 2 attack upgrade as well, and his Hydras have lurkers, I mean. The spine upgrades are on 0. He's mostly focused on Zergling, Ultralisk, Lurker, and the Defiler. Couple more hatcheries being added on, getting a second spire as well, filling out the last couple of spaces that allow for hatcheries on the sides there as well, because he needs to get more gas. Iphone though is moving out. Iphone goes for a great radiate on the Defilers, great radiates on the Ultralisk, but Ultralisk are now going for the attack. He's going in for the strike, he's going in. Iphone sieges up just in time. He's got a great wall there, he's got a great SimCity to defend with. Ultralisk are on top of the tanks, but the tanks are shooting on the Ultralisk pretty hard. Ultralisk take a lot of damage there though. Despite their Carapace upgrades, the tanks are dealing great amount of damage, but the Ultralisk are actually right in the middle, in between the factories. So he's losing tanks, but not enough reinforcements are coming across the map to continue with hurting iPhone where it counts. Iphone though has not been allowed to leave his base for about the last 6 or 7 minutes. Which goes to show that Minchul is currently in a pretty comfortable and healthy place, where he can just keep doing what he wants to do. His gas is low though. His gas is a little bit low. He's mining from 9, number 10 is still unoccupied. And now it's starting to look like iPhone is pushing out. He's getting control very slowly, but Minchul looks like Minchul wants to take away that control already. Now this is what we're going to look at. We've got some lurkers here inside those overlords, some Zerglings as well, and a Defiler, of course, also the mix. Flies into a Valkyrie there though, but the Valkyrie has 1 attack damage upgrade. Oh, more Valkyries are spawning at the same time. Goliath are there as well. He's forced to unload way too early. He's forced to unload way too early, but the Dark Swarm, the Defiler went down. Lurker burrows up, Lurker gets shot off, Lurker gets scanned, Lurker gets no kills on the SCVs. That was very close to succeeding, but not today. Not today. Now there's great vision all over the map there, as you can see on the minimap, or as I can highlight right here. A lot of vision on the map there for Minchul. He knows everything that's leaving the base. He knows everything. Scorchers coming in to kill Valkyries and Vessels. Get some great Vessel kills there, but most of the Scorchers do go down to the triple Valkyrie AoE damage. Once again moving out. He wants to stop iPhone from pushing across the map and winning the game. He never wants to get boxed back into his base. Comes in from the left side. Great radiates there coming in. The fighter isn't radiated. The fighter gonna get a Dark Swarm off. Gets a Plague as well. Dark Swarm Plague. He kills everything here on the middle. Iphone just lost a lot of supply. Minchul has a lot of supply. He's almost maxed out. You got a lot of Ultras, Zerglings, and the fighters on the way. He's not going to give Iphone time to get comfy, to get set up as he wants to, as Ultra is already coming in there with support of Zerglings. He's breaking through the frontal tank line, which are still on 1-1 upgrades. He's got them finishing up very soon. It took so long after he lost the armories earlier to get those upgrades where he wants it to be, but now there's only 2 tanks there. There's Dark Swarms coming in as well. The game is starting to look very, very poorly here for Iphone7v. More tanks are spawning though just in time, but are they actually on time or is it too late? Scorch is coming in. Zergling's getting on top of the tanks. Tanks are taking serious amounts of damage. Lurker's coming in from the front choke side as well. It looks like Iphone here is going to succumb to the pressure and the absolute mastery of the Zerg race from Minchul. He's going to try to save the tank there with a defensive matrix, extending his vision there with the Valkyries. Vessels are radiating everything they can, but there's simply so many units coming in. I don't think he can save this. I don't think he can survive this, as the frontal factory wall got taken down by the Ultras. Now the tanks are exposed. Lurkers are here in the middle underneath the Dark Swarms. Dark Swarm ends there though, but he doesn't really care because there's only 1 tank, 1 Goliath to defend, and a lot of vessels. But vessels without radiate, without energy to radiate, they don't really stand much of a chance. There's just so many units streaming in across the map. Great Plague there on the vessels, and Iphone7 calls GG. He knows it's over. He fought and played really well, but Minchul is just too good. Minchul is just too good. If Minchul doesn't do some trolly bad build order like in the first game, he is a force to be reckoned with. But Iphone7v played exceptionally well himself. So let's give credit where it's due. Let's give credit where it's due. Well, that's it for today. Minchul had problems with his iPhone 7 again, but he managed to fix it. His iPhone is fixed, and Minchul is the victor of the day. Which means this is the end of the video. This was RGB for RGB TV, and welcome? 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 Why did I say welcome? I don't know. This was the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and you're welcome to show up to the next one. Have a great day. Have a fun time.